Over the past few months, I have been reading some amazing books and articles which have inspired me to share meaningful and valuable content on your feed. Today we'll discuss Clearer Thinking by A.E. Mander. Of every statement we come across, we shall ask, how do we know that? What reason have we for believing that? On what grounds is that statement based? If we examine even our own beliefs critically, we are sure to find that many of them have no real grounds at all. Somebody once told us a certain thing was true, or we may sometime have picked up the idea and never even thought of questioning it. Perhaps somebody, somewhere, sometime told us a certain thing, and quite uncritically we accepted and believed it. Perhaps it was way back in our early childhood, before we had even developed the power of questioning anything that might be told to us. Many of our strongest convictions were established then, and now in adult life, we find it most difficult even to question their truth. They seem to us obviously true. We feel that even to question them would be absurd. We should fully face the fact that beliefs which are merely inherited from the past must have originated at a time when men knew much less than they know today. So the fact that a belief is old is no argument in its favor. This passage that we just read encourages us to question our belief systems. It tells us that we must question new information. We should check the source of the information, of where it is coming from, the motive of the speaker, who is saying it, why is he saying it, does he benefit from saying it. It also tells us that we should be open to see our own beliefs from different perspectives. What do other think of our belief systems? We should allow them to be challenged. In this age, right now, we are flooded with information. A lot of information we hear is sponsored, and sometimes we don't even know it. Sometimes it's very subtle. Majority of the people around us, when we see them on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, they're paid money to subtly sell us things. We need to start thinking about the motive behind a certain news, a certain article, or an Instagram post. Is it really true? Is the product, is that thing really effective? Or is someone paid to convince us that it is true? Much of the things we see people do around us is sometimes mere imitation. They are just doing that thing because they've seen their parents do it, or people in their community do it. A lot of the things are just passed down by tradition. We must pause and reflect on them. And I don't think it is wrong to replace or discard such practices or blind imitations or such traditions if they are not logical anymore, if they are not beneficial anymore, or if they are contrary to universal truths. We shouldn't feel like we are being disloyal to our ancestors or our culture if we stop practicing something that doesn't make any sense anymore. In this same book, when we go ahead, we come across an example which says that imagine a Hindu and a Muslim where their child was exchanged at birth, and they both now grew up in opposite households. They would grow up thinking the exact opposite of things they think now. So the author is trying to tell us that we are to a large extent convinced by the culture and the people and the community that we grow in. However, when you read ahead in the book, it also says that we can avoid all of this if we only start thinking more clearly. We will have to pause and reflect rather than just believing anything, even if it comes from our own family. Lastly, I am not suggesting that we become distrustful of everyone. I am not saying that we should doubt what our parents tell us. But if God has given us our own ears, our own eyes, our own brain, we must use it.